Okay, so last lesson we learned about for loops. We made a guess number. We used the random module and the rand int. If not, please go back to the previous video and go through there. Those were assignments, and I want you to hand those in. So please make sure you're handing those in on Canvas. So now we've went through for loops. We're going to go through while loops. So as we know, if you know the number of iterations, you use a for loop. If you don't know the number of times you want to repeat that code, you're going to use a while loop. And the structure of a while loop right here is you have a condition, and as long as that condition is true, it's going to execute your code block. Okay? And then it's going to go back, and then it's going to check that condition, and then it's going to execute that code block. And then if it's true, it's going to continue X, and so it's just going to continually repeat until as long as that condition is true. So, like if statements, while loops evaluate whether a condition is true or false. So this block is evaluated or iterated until that condition becomes false. As soon as it's not true and it's false, it breaks the loop and it's done. Okay? So a while loop loops for an unknown number of times. So for example, output hello world blank times until the user types quit. Okay? That's different than a for loop, which loops for a specified number of times. So we're going to do some while loop practice here. And I want you to copy this down, and I want you to think about before you do this what the output will be. Okay, so in your Python, open this up and write this program. I'm not going to be taking this in, but make sure that you guys are practicing here. So while length of name is less than 10, print name plus exclamation mark. Print name. So after we have our name Ash Ketchum, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay? So print name Ash Ketchum. So while it is less than 10, print exclamation mark. Right? It's not going to print because it is 10. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to 20. And what prints out here is Ash Ketchum, and then it adds an exclamation mark each time. Eventually, the length of this string is going to equal 20, and it's not going to do it anymore. Right? It'll end and break the loop. So what's happened here is as soon as it becomes false, the loop doesn't print anymore. Okay? We're going to do a password checker example right here. So our password right here is Pokemon. This is not a string password. Don't use this as a password. So guess input, please enter your password. All right, so we have our variable and we have an input. Remember, an input is a string. Okay, so while guess does not equal password, print access denied. Guess input, please try again, and then they'll enter their password. So, and then as soon as the guess equals password, it'll say access granted. So if I run this, then I type Gary, access denied. Okay, let's go. Professor Oak, access denied. Oh, maybe I put capital. It is case sensitive, so now I'm gonna access granted. Okay. Then we have our number. Number equals 1, while number is less than 5. Print number times number. Number plus 1. Number plus equals 1. So this is the same as number plus 1. Right, so what is the output here? Let's take a guess, and then after you get this copied down, so you should press pause, and hit run. Okay, 1, 4, 9, 16. Okay. We did this in our Python exercises. We're going to review here. So we have our Python list and tuples. So in case you didn't know, a Python list is a container, and that container holds comma-separated values. So these are known as items or elements. Between square brackets, where items or elements need not all have the same type. When you get to Java, this will be different. In general, we can define a list as an object that contains multiple data items or data elements. The contents of a list can be changed during the program's execution, and the size of the list can also change during execution as elements are added or removed from it. So in here, we have list as our variable name. We've encased it in square brackets. We have 0, 1.0, 2, 3, and then a string hello and a string world. This is in position 0, this is position 1, this is position 2, 3, 4, and 5. Right, so we have 6 elements in this list. If I print this list, it'll print out in this format. Now, if I want to take something out of the list, I use the pop method. And so what's happening here is list.pop. I take the name of the list, I use the pop method, and then I say the position that I want to get rid of. So in this case, I'm getting rid of 4. So that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now this should get rid of hello. Okay? And then I'm going to print the list. Okay? That's the pop method. Say I wanted to insert to the list, and I want to put it into 4, and I'm going to put goodbye instead. Okay, and then I'm going to print the list again. Okay, so you're going to see the differences in what's happened when I run this. Right, so in the first case right there, hello is no longer there, and world switches into the 4th position. Okay, the second time when I'm inserting into 4, I've put goodbye into position 4, and that pushed world into position 5. We have another list here. I'm inserting 4, and I'm putting goodbye in there, separated by a comma. I'm going to print that list. And then it's 0, 1.0, 2, 3, goodbye, hello, world. Okay. I don't have to fill my list right away. I can put in a for loop as well. So I've made an empty list right here. And for I in range 5, books, input, enter your favorite book, and then top.insert I books. So it's going to put it into the position that I say. So the position is I, right? So that's just like up here. So position is the value of I in the for loop. And then I'm going to put this variable there. Okay, print top. Okay. I'm just going to comment this stuff out for now while I work with this. And so what's going to happen, enter your favorite book. So I'm going to put Lord of the Rings. I can't spell. Enter your favorite book, the Hobbit, the I can't spell. Then I'll put Harry Potter, and then I'll put another one in. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. To the Galaxy. Okay. And then so what's happened here is it's put all my favorite books in those positions. So Lord of the Rings. Right. I'm given an error here because I'm outputting my comment. Don't worry about that. I'm going to fix that right now. Now I'm going to do this. Okay. So I can do that again. Position, int, input, what book do you want to replace? So I'm saying the position of my list that I want to change, and then new, and I'm going to input what book would you like to put there. So while position is 5, top.pop position, so it's going to remove the position. So this is an integer, so the position in the list that I want to get rid of. And then I'm going to insert at that position the new book, and then I'm going to break this loop. Okay, so while position is less than or equal to 5, and I'm going to run this code and then print top. So if I run this right now, favorite book, Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and then let's put what's a really good book? What the Dog Saw, and Talking to strangers. Okay, what book do you want to replace? I'm gonna replace third book or second book, and I'm gonna put Harry Potter there. And then it changes. What book do you want to replace? 2. Now remember, it's 0, 1, 2. Alright, so I took out Hitchhiker's Guide, Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, Harry Potter, What the Dog Saw, Talking to Strangers. Okay. Now I can run this again. I'm going to get rid of my comments here. And now I'm just going to insert in 6. So I'm going to run my code again. The Lord of the Rings. The Hobbit. Harry Potter. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. What the Dog Saw. Which book would you want to replace? I'm going to say 3. What book would you like to put there? Let's go Talking to Strangers. Right? And then it prints out that one that I just made. And then at the last part, it put in Amulet. Okay? So that's how you can modify your list in your program code. Tuples are a little bit different. A tuple is a container which holds a series of comma-separated values, items, or elements between parentheses, such as x, y coordinate. Tuples are like lists, except they are immutable. You cannot change its content once it's created, and they can hold and mix data types. That's what happens when you type too fast. Okay. So what's happened here is it's within a xy coordinate. So this is like Cartesian coordinates in games. So you have your tuple, it's in parentheses, and then you have 0, 1, 2, 3. This is, I cannot expand this. This will be the tuple from the end, from the beginning to end. And so it'll print it out like that. Okay? And that is the end of lists and tuples.